The Straw Hat Pirates travel to the island of Elegia where a popular vocalist named Yuta will have her introduction show. Yuta plays out her initial tune New Genesis and Luffy goes in front of an audience to rejoin with her, noteworthy that both of them know one another on the grounds that Yuta is the little girl of red-haired Shanks. They met a long time back when Shanks was docked at Dawn Island, however on one occasion he returned without her, guaranteeing she had passed on to seek after a vocation as a vocalist. Some Big Mom pirates then endeavor to abduct Yuta on the grounds that the Empress needs her devil fruit, however Yuta effectively represses them through her power brought by the Yuta no Mi, singing I'm Invincible. Her power permits the client to make things through music, so when she sings everyone falls in her snares. A short time later, Yuta lets Luffy know that he ought to quit being a pirate, as she will make this show endure forever and make a world with just joy and harmony. At the point when the Straw Hats oppose the thought, Yuta assaults and catches every one of them while singing Backlight. Just Luffy figures out how to escape because of being safeguarded by Trafalgar Law and Bartolomeo. In the meantime, the five elders are checking the show from Mary Geo's. They view Yuta's power as an extraordinary danger to the world, and they keep thinking about whether she's an individual from the Figureland family. Marine Fleet Admiral Sakazuki orders convoy of battleships led by Admiral Kizaru and Fujitora to go to Elegia and repress her. As Luffy's gathering are being sought after by Yuta and other concert attendees, they enter Elegia's palace where they meet Gordon, Yuta's supportive dad and previous ruler of Elegia. Gordon uncovers that he took in Yuta after Elegia was obliterated quite a while back, an occurrence credited to Shanks and his team, who apparently looted the island for its fortune and deserted Yuta. Gordon raised Yuta to be an incredible performer and kept her protected from the rest of the world, yet when she achieved overall popularity through another model livestream Den Den Mushi, she started to learn of the experiencing caused by pirates on an extraordinary number of her fans. Yuta then shows up compelling Luffy's gathering to get away, and Gordon begs her to not do her mystery plan. Notwithstanding, Yuta uncovers she found an engraving of a melody that can release an incredible power and immobilizes Gordon. Luffy's gathering goes over individuals from Sword, Kobe and Helmeppo, and specialists of CP0, Blueno and Califa who are working secret for the world government. Kobe uncovers that the Yuta no Mi permits Yuta to send individuals into a fantasy known as the Yuta world by singing to them. They and every other person who watched the show are as of now caught in this fantasy land, whose the truth is totally constrained by Yuta. The Yuta world quits existing at whatever point Yuta nods off. Notwithstanding, Yuta has been consuming a mushroom called wake shrooms that keeps her conscious at the entire hours and definitely abbreviates her life expectancy. If Yuta somehow managed to bite the dust, everybody in the Yuta world would be caught there for eternity. In reality, the Marines Armada shows up at Elegia to find the concert attendees generally resting. They block their hearing to invalidate Yuta's voice as she sings fleeting lullaby, yet she takes command of the concert attendees to overpower the Marines and eliminate their hearing blockers. The five elders realize that Yuta has only hours passed on to live and that assuming she bites the dust, 70% of the total populace watching the show and streaming would be caught. The Straw Hats figure out how to free themselves and head towards the palace to track down a shortcoming and option for Yuta. In the library, Robin finds that there is a method for causing the universes to combine by bringing Tot Musica, a wicked substance whose presence traverses the two universes. Assuming that Tot Musica is gone after all the while in the two universes, those in the Yuta world will get back to the real world. Yuta continues her show in the fantasy land, however her crowd starts to oppose living in her reality until the end of time. Developing increasingly temperamental, Yuta changes every one of them into lifeless things. Luffy then, at that point, goes up against Yuta, and is told by Gordon that he has been joined by Shanks and the Red Hair Pirates in reality. Shanks attempts to help Yuta, however Sakazuki orders for the Marines to fire on her without respect for the concert attendees, constraining Shanks and his group to go on edge. Slipping into insanity from the wake shrooms, Yuta sings the taboo Tot Musica tune calling the evil spirit by that name. At the point when Luffy attempts to stop Yuta, she attempts to kill him, yet Gordon takes the blow, all things being equal. He uncovers that Tot Musica was really the person who obliterated Elegia quite a while back after Yuta unintentionally called him, and Shanks left Yuta on Elegia a short time later so she could seek after a singing profession without being a needed privateer. In spite of this admission, Yuta turns out to be consumed by Tot Musica as it moves to consume the two adaptations of Elegia, effectively overwhelming the Pirates and Marines. In any case, Usopp can accomplish a psychological connection with his dad Yasopp through observation haki, and this permits both of them to organize concurrent assaults between the powers of the two universes. Shanks recalls the second when he found Yuta as a child inside a money box on a pirate transport, embracing her. He thinks it was predetermination since he was found by Gold Roger along these lines. After a long and exhausting fight, Luffy and Shanks strike the completing disasters to rout Tot Musica in a similar second. Be that as it may, since it has previously consumed everybody on Elegia, those in the Yuta world don't return. Yuta dismisses a counteract ant from Shanks to fix the impacts of the Wakeshrooms to sing the world's continuation to bring everybody back from the fantasy land. In her last minutes she admits she needed to fulfill individuals in a fantasy land without pirates, however that still she needed to see Shanks once more. The marine powers move to hold onto her, yet Shanks repulses them with his haki. As the marines retreat, Shanks and Yuta accommodate his father and little girl. Luffy awakens on the Thousand Sunny after his team has previously left Elegia. He can see the red hair pirate ship sailing away, and looks on at the group remaining over a final resting place, probably containing Yuta's body. Luffy sits on top of Sunny and attempts to address it while thinking back of Yuta. Luffy and his team proceed with their experience as he announces his fantasy to turn into the Pirate King.